Hey guys, how's it going? Jovan, Hutton, Pulitzer today. Have you ever just been curious about what kills great business ideas or what might actually kill your startup or your startup idea or your infant company? Ironically enough, one of the top things that kills new startups is, well, it's startup suicide. A lot of people don't know about this, but it's a mistake that CEOs make. It's a mistake that new companies make all the time. They intentionally execute on startup suicide. It's a common mistake. Now, sometimes it's going to be attributed to the CEO, sometimes it can be attributed to the culture, but I am going to show you on this episode of Just Curious. If you're just curious what could be killing your company and you can't figure it out, or why you're not making any traction, the chances are you might be making this mistake. Now, take a look. I'm going to narrate it for you and see if you can see this amazing, fantastic visual of why startups willingly commit suicide. Take a look at this. So we're looking at basically a soccer game here, and you see these guys here in the end. They're playing soccer, but what do you notice that's different about this game? Well, you see all the people in red? Well, those are 100 kids playing against just 3 professionals. Now take a look at this. You see the kids all over the place, and you would think that could 3 beat 100? Well, watch how the dots, which are the players, right? The red versus the blue, watch how they play and watch this team execute. And they score. So how do we stop this suicide when it comes to a startup? Well, let me give you some tips. When you have a company, a common mistake that entrepreneurs make just literally all the time, it is just literally all the time that people make this mistake in their startup companies. And what is it that they make mistakes on? Well, the CEO always wants to be the nice person, the nice guy, the nice lady, and everything else. And they think in this new era that everybody has a say. Now, granted, that's good and can be healthy. Granted, it can help your company move along, but you must understand the boundaries that need to be drawn so everybody has a say. Here's the key number 1. Allow professionals to execute versus groupthink. Watch this video. As you're looking at this video, look at it. The blue is the professionals. The red are all the employees hired that have no expertise, no background. A lot of them might be family and friends you put into your new company because you're all excited. If you watch the red, which in this case stands for new employees or employees that are not qualified to call the shots, you're watching the professionals execute. Look at where the red, in this case, I call them new employees, is focusing. They're focusing on the ball. They're chasing the ball. But the players in blue are focusing on their role as a team. Their role as a team. And in this role, it goes right over the heads of the employees that don't understand their role, just think they have a say. The professionals will score every time. You see in this video, for the people in red being new employees or unqualified employees or employees right out of school who don't have any real world experience, commenting on everything from design to marketing to technology. Yes, it's nice to have a voice, but it must be in context to the role. See, the players in blue are executing a strategy and plan. Their goal is to score the goal. You just saw it. The new people who have never been down this path before, they're only focused on the ball before them. Look at their heads, look at their bodies. They are focusing on the ball. That means the problem for the day. That means, oh, I don't like this, or I think it should be this, or I don't like how this is going, because they think they have a voice. And they're focused on the very minute, and they end up over their heads. But the professionals know it's about strategy, doing it together, and scoring. That's the point of this video. This is where in this millennial culture that now has this one voice culture, you have to understand the difference. One voice culture and letting everybody be inclusive and included is great for the end game vision. That means making the score. That's the end game vision. Getting across the goal line, making that score. One vision is not, never is about play calling. It is not about play calling. It is about getting to the end game and getting across the goal line. Getting across the goal line. That's why all of this is so incredibly important. One more time. I mean, this one just literally drives me nuts. I mean, look at this. These are what happen in company. This is why your overhead is so bloated. This is why your burn rate won't allow you to survive. You put all these people in, you just fill blanks and spots, and you think that's what makes a company. No, in this case, just 3 could execute over the 100 hands down and repeat it over and over and over. That's why there's defined roles. That's why people have to play. I can't stress it more. They have to play. You have to let the professionals execute and not get caught up in group thing. You know, this is the key. We have to, if you want to make that company of yours work, you want to rock it, you want to knock it out of the park, you must understand the team concept is not about everybody has a voice. The team concept is the right players chosen for the right roles, and then let them be professionals and get it done. Yes, there are support staff, but it's not about a say in everything. You don't want to necessarily ask the receptionist, hey, what do you think of this TV campaign, and have them all re-edit it because, oh, I don't like that background or whatever. That's where you actually could be committing startup suicide. The point to this story is we must stop startup suicide. Stop startup suicide. There is a strategy. There is a purpose. And the goal is to get across the goal line. Don't get distracted by the ball. Play the plays. Run the plays. Stay focused. And you know what? Guys, stop giving your companies away and stop committing startup suicide. That's my advice for the day. If you're just curious for other startup ideas like this, keep on joining me. I'll have more coming. Take care. Make it a great week. Bye-bye.